are here again. This is outstanding. Another edition of Boozing with Jude. Yeah, I'm wearing a sweater. Or a jumper, as you guys would say over there. That's south. Over there in England. Jude's bumming. Yeah, I hate autumn. What is wrong with you, Jude? Autumn is beautiful. The changing of the leaves, the crisp air. It's not summer. It's the harbinger of the season of death. Winter. How many times did I say, I will never live another winter in this place? Here I am. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. I like it hot. Max, she likes it cold. We don't really get along. She's got a double coat. I could put on 10 coats. I'm still not going to be warm enough. Anyways, there it is. It's coming, and it's a little chilly today. Friday, today's Tuesday. Friday, I took a half day off work. It was 80 degrees, maybe like 25 Celsius. I don't know what you people over there do, but I took Max. We went up to the beach, to Lake Michigan. We were both in the water. I was throwing the ball 2.5 hours. Saturday, we went to South Haven. We hiked the Cal Haven Trail. It's the trail from South Haven, Michigan to Kalamazoo, Michigan. Yes, there is a Kalamazoo. You may have a girl there. I don't. I got a gal in Kalamazoo. You remember the song? It's in Michigan. I didn't do the whole trail. It's 38 miles linear, and you've got to come back. Max was pulling me. I did 6 miles, and I was exhausted. So, it's okay, but all I can think of is summer's over, and I'm bumming. Anyways, enough about that. We're celebrating, some people are celebrating, the autumn, the fall, as we say, by making some autumn-type drinks. I'm going to be doing the next couple of series will be in autumn-type drinks, and I couldn't quite go pumpkin yet. I mean, Jude loves pumpkin. Yes, she does. I don't love fall, but I do love pumpkin. I love pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin muffins. I love pumpkin cake. I love pumpkin. I like pumpkin savory. I like pumpkin sweet. I like pumpkin. But today we're doing what we're going to call I might change the name. It's a bourbon ginger cider. Amazing, right? Maybe you're not amazed. I said in my last episode that I don't like apple, and what I mean by that is fermented apple cocktail, apple drinks. I like drinks with apple in it, but I don't like I was using apple brandy. I wouldn't just drink an apple brandy. I probably wouldn't enjoy a Calvados, an apple fermented spirit. But I like drinks with apple in it, but just plain apple cocktails, fermented spirit thing. Oh. But this has apple in it, and it's also got bourbon, and it's got ginger. So I'm going to tell you about the special ingredient. Now, you could also, just a little heads up, you want to get a little piece of ginger and dice it up really fine and put it in and shake it. We can do that too. I mean, that's a possibility. I don't have any. I'm not going to do that. But I am using this. Jude, what a cool bottle. Yeah, it's meant to look like bamboo. This is from France. It's called I'm not going to say it right, Domaine de Canton, or Canton, as we would say. It's a ginger liqueur. Now, this drink is not some classic with a big history. It's made up recently, by people. But the Domaine de Canton isn't old either. It comes from about 2007. Back in the 90s, the original ginger liqueur came from, where would you think? China. Yeah, because you know what? Ginger is a big thing in Asian, in food and especially now Asian fusion food. So in the 90s, they had something just called Canton, and it didn't go over really well. It finally was discontinued, but it was kind of like the liqueur that had ginger in it. Now, I do like ginger. I like the spiciness of ginger. Yummy. Gingerbread cake, ginger cookies, ginger snaps, ginger this, ginger that. Ginger from Gilligan's Island. She was pretty cool. Anyways, but I like ginger. And so they started making this again in France in about 2007. And so they import baby ginger somethings from Vietnam, and they have some sort of really cool vanilla beans that they use from somewhere else. You get notes of honey in it. It's a really nice, lovely liqueur. Okay, it's about 28% alcohol by volume. So, and it's meant to be shaped like a bamboo. So that's what we're going to use, a little bit of that, right? I'm going to use one of my nice craft bourbons. Get a bourbon that you like. Don't do a cheap thing, but unless you like a cheap bourbon, the bourbon is actually the biggest part of this drink is apple cider. But then 1.5 ounces of this bourbon. So get a nice bourbon that you like. And each time you change it, it's going to have a different flavor. So, and then apple cider. So I got some fresh Honeycrisp apple cider. I love Honeycrisp apples. They're really lovely. And Honeycrisp apple cider is fresh pressed apple cider is it's crisp. It is crisp, even though it's a liquid. And it's a little tart and it's got a little sweet. And so to top this off, I'm going to put just like about a tablespoon or maybe about 1/4 ounce of this. Now I know it looks like booze, but guess what? It's not. No, this is maple syrup. It's Madagascar vanilla maple syrup. And you got to be careful because, it looks just like, a bottle of bourbon. And while this is lovely, it's fantastic tasting. You don't want to really just like put it on the rocks and drink it because, ooh, okay, a little sweet. Anyway, so that's what we got. So we're going to make this, let's call it Cantonese cider. I don't know. I'll come up with something. Bourbon apple ginger cider. Bourbon ginger apple cider. Whatever we're going to do. So we're going to make it on the rocks. Pull out your shaker. Oh, got a little jigger in there. Pull out your shaker, and we'll start with the biggest thing, which is 3 ounces. We're going to do 3 ounces of apple cider. So get some really good apple cider. Like I said, I do like apple cider, but if it ferments, I'm probably not a fan. So I'd rather just add alcoholic beverages to apple. How's that? Okay, so there's my 3 ounces of Honeycrisp, freshly pressed apple cider. Didn't spill it, good for me. And then we're going to do 1.5 ounces of whatever bourbon you like, your favorite bourbon. And I'm going to use Journeyman, which is up the road in Michigan. It's a craft distillery, and it's called Kissing Cousins because they made it in conjunction with Dablon Winery. I'm not sure why. I don't know what Dablon contributed to this, but it was a kind of a special one that they had. And we're going to do 1.5 ounces of that. I think we'll just use the 2 ouncer and make sure that we do 1.5 ounces. There. And throw that in your whatchamajigger. Get it? Whatchamajigger. It's a jigger. Okay, now the lovely Domaine de Canton or Domaine de Canton. The cool thing is it comes with this little tag and it's got a whole bunch of recipes in it that you can, and they look really good. It's a really, really tasty thing. It's not overly expensive. This is 375 mils. So it's not your like regular size. It's about half, but it's probably going to run you about $20. I don't know what it's going to run you in pounds sterling or euros, but so it's not hugely expensive. But on the other hand, it's not cheap, but it's very good. And if you like ginger, why do you think this came back in 2007? Why do you think it went out of popularity in 1990? It just wasn't a thing. Cocktails weren't like they are now. Cocktails started taking off and you get these unique and different ones. And in 2007 also, what was becoming really popular was Asian fusion food. And so boom, here comes ginger liqueur. And it is now very popular. So we're going to do just 1/2 ounce of this. And it smells good, guys. I really like it. So if you have a chance and you want to pick some up, if you're a real fan of ginger, this is a good time to do it. And so I've got my alcohol in there. I've got my cider in there. And now I'm going to take my Crown Madagascar vanilla maple syrup. I'm just going to put in about 1/4 ounce, maybe a tablespoon, we're going to call it. How's that? Now, it's going to make it sweet. Maybe you won't like that. If you don't like a drink too sweet, well then I'd skip the maple syrup. But this is such good maple syrup. And, I think of fall and autumn when I think of maple syrup. I don't know why. Maple, bacon, pancakes, who knows. So, it's nice in your shaker. Got my glass chilling here. And we're going to shake it. What do we say? We're going to shake it until the cows come home. Now, I told you that's a Midwestern phrase. I don't know why. I mean, we have a lot of cows. Sure we do. But do they go home? Do they go out and then come home? I don't really know. But here we go anyway. So. Okay. Did you see how quickly that came off? It's a Christmas miracle. You want to shake it long and hard if you put the maple syrup in because it's a little bit thicker. And, you just want to get it sort of mixed through there. So I'm going to use my big ice cube. Last time I did this, remember I turned it upside down and I thought I was going to break the glass. Oh, goody. Oh, this time it came right out. So again, why? Because a big piece of ice sort of melts a lot slower and it keeps it cold. If you can fill your drink up with, or your glass up with ice or use a big ice cube, that's the way to go. Okay, it keeps it cold. You always, in most of these drinks, obviously anything you're going to shake, you want it cold and you want it to stay cold. Let's see. Woo! I could have done a little sidecar with that. Do you remember what a sidecar is? Besides the drink, why did they call it that? Maybe because whatever is left, they just pour in a little side thing, like a little side shot. There's not enough for a sidecar here. Jude, you did that without saying salute. Yes, I did. Okay, so I'm going to garnish today because, we're celebrating fall with a cinnamon stick. Isn't that adorable? What do you do with it afterwards? I don't really know. I don't know what you do with cinnamon sticks, period. So, I just bought them so I could garnish it. I spent a lot of money on you guys, but I really like you. You're my pals. Is anybody out there? Okay, so here we go. We're going to call this, I'm going to call it bourbon ginger apple cider for now, but who knows what I'll put on the title page. I'll think of something. And so here we go, people. Salute. That is yummy. That is yummy. And here's another idea what you can do if you really want to, if you have guests over and you're doing this, bobbing for apple stuff. You can take cinnamon sugar and you can, line the rim of this. I could have done that, but, let's not go all overboard. I've already got this useless cinnamon stick in here that I don't know what to do with. So here it is, guys. I really like it. What else you could do? You could add a touch of lemon juice to this. Try it, mess around with it. It's a good drink. It's a great fall drink if we have to have fall. So until next time, stay warm and toasty, and enjoy your cocktails. We'll catch you next time. A booze with you. Have a good one.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I got a gal in Kalamazoo. Don't wanna boast, but I know she's a toast of Kalamazoo. Zoo, 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 zoo. Years have gone by. My, how she grew. I liked her looks when I carried her books in Kalamazoo.